So, ladies and gentlemen, in the mid-70s, we had numerous head-scratchers for the Montreal Canadiens, why certain players were kept and certain players were left go. And today we're going to talk not about his coaching career, but the strange playing career of one of the most highly regarded defensemen of the 1970s and 1980s. Now, John Van Boxmeer, who was born in Petrolia, Ontario, November 20th, 1952, was a big defenseman in every way, in many ways. He came on the radar in relation to NHL scouts because of a very strong 1971-72 season with the Guelph CMCs of the Southern Ontario Junior Hockey League, which was a precursor to the Ontario Junior A Hockey League. He notched 30 goals and 42 assists for 72 points in that season. Now, he was drafted in the first round, 14 overall, by the Montreal Canadiens. And he was part of the Summit Series practice squad with Michel Larocque in 1972. And he was so highly regarded by the organizers, including Alan Eagleson, because he said, you know, Van Boxmeer and Larocque are going to be future NHLers. Be good to have them as practice players to help the big squads. They weren't on the official roster, but you know, they played their part as well can be expected. Now, after a full season with the Voyageurs in 72-73, where he notched 34 points in 76 games, he started his first of four seasons with Montreal in 73-74, scoring a goal and 4 assists in 20 games. Now, 74-75, he was pretty well caught in the minors again, but by the 1975-76 season, he had an opportunity that opened up. He played 46 games with the big team, with 6 goals and 11 assists. But for some strange reason, his name was left off the Stanley Cup trophy for that season. He was very, very solid that year for Montreal. But he was feeling, you know, kind of left out by being, you know, the substitute defenseman or 7th defenseman. I think they should have kept him and got rid of Gilles Lupien, but that's just me. That's a big mistake, which they paid for in the early 80s. Can you imagine Van Boxmeer, Lapointe, Savard, Robinson, Langway, Englund, you know, tremendous. Anyway, he eventually requested a trade, and he was dealt to the Colorado Rockies in the 1976 season in exchange for Craig Levi. Now, in Colorado, Van Boxmeer really shone, and he received the opportunity to establish himself as a full-time NHL player. Now, when Scotty Bowman moved to the Sabres, he acquired Van Boxmeer to bolster the Sabres' blue line, recalling how he reluctantly traded the defenseman in 76. And a lot of people believe that when upper management was telling Bowman who to trade and who to keep, that was the first paper cut that Bowman eventually left Montreal. Now, in his first year with Buffalo, he responded with a plus 40 season and helped the Sabres climb to first place in their division. And he had a career year with Buffalo in that season. Now, with the emergence of Phil Houseby on the Buffalo blue line, Van Boxmeer became expendable, and he was claimed by the Nordiques in the 83 NHL waiver draft. And for some reason, he ended up staying most of that year in the minors with the Frankton Express, where he became kind of a hero amongst these maritime fans. Now, he wrapped up his season in 1985 with the Rochester Americans. Now, during his post-NHL career, he has served as head coach of several teams, including the Rochester Americans and the Long Beach Ice Dogs, and also been assistant coach at the NHL level with the Sabres and the Kings. Now, he also won the Calder Cup as head coach of the AHL's Rochester Americans in that 87 season, and he also was head coach of SC Bern of Switzerland in their National A League until March 2009. Now, his statistics as a player and a coach have also include time at the World Championships when Colorado got rid of Van Boxmeer. Unfortunately, the 82 season, he couldn't advance that heavily in the playoffs. and he played for Team Canada and scored 2 really big goals in a very consistent team in the 82 Worlds. Now, for me, it's a woulda, shoulda, coulda. Van Boxmeer had semblances of brilliance in Montreal. Danny Galvin once said, this guy can be a superstar if he was given a chance. I don't think he was given a fair shake in Montreal. That's basically my opinion. But the statistics for his career were quite impressive in my view as a defenseman. We talked about that big season in Colorado when he had 54 points, the 81 season where he had 69 points, and he also 588 games, 84 goals, 274 assists for 354 points. But his time as well internationally, coaching with Lozo, he has put in nearly 30 years as a head coach or assistant coach in minor pro. So for the past, 50 years, give or take, because it goes way back, he's been a highly respected guy. He had some health concerns a few years ago. He took a heart attack, recovered, but I still remember that 1976 playoff run, and Van Boxmeer, he played Bouchard and Chartrand instead of Van Boxmeer. Still a head scratcher because Van Boxmeer, he was good. He didn't take any rotten penalties. He was extremely consistent when need be. And I look at that 75-76 season where he put up some good numbers. But I don't think because he wasn't French. If he was French, he would have stayed. But why in the heck would Alan Eagleson ask him in Bundy LaRock to be part of that and not really prepare for the future? Maybe Cornway or Bahavlichus or anybody else in the team didn't speak up for him. From what I heard, he's a very genial person. Most of the teams he's coached for, representative, have gone on to extreme success. Most seasons these teams have been well over 500. Strong results, and he's put up some great numbers in Switzerland in the A and B League because he's never had a losing record over there, which is quite amazing. Now, he also won the Commissioner's Trophy in 96-97 with the IHL's Long Beach Ice Dogs. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, IHL was a very interesting league he was a part of, because there were all over California, different parts, and Long Beach is, I know it doesn't sound like a hockey hotbed, but it was a great place for anybody to play, because I think 96-97 with Long Beach, he had a very talented squad. Some former NHL players, and anyway, it's a head scratcher. So, ladies and gentlemen, on this COVID Monday, we're wishing everybody a great week. Please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. I appreciate all the comments and support we're doing. We have passed 91,500 page hits today. The goal is to get 100,000 by the end of summer. I think that's doable because with all the charting podcasts, with the Montreal Night Gallery, movie, TV, reflective of my old print columns for BNI, the support is tremendous, so thank you very much. Keep your stick in the ice, and if any fans of John Van Boxmeer can tell me what he thinks about why he never made it in Montreal, where he could have, let me know. Have a good day.